Today we have another LucasL review, this time against ZeroFuse. Right off the bat, he presses 2C here. Right, you can see 2C. You can see Raymond crouching, and 2C kind of makes sense because Patchouli is above, right? But you're never supposed to press 2C when the opponent is around here. Here, look at my cursor, my mouse cursor. Up here, this area is a good area to press 2C. It doesn't matter that this is round start, right? If you see the opponent around here, then you can press 2C. But not when the opponent's right in front of you like this. They're too close, and 2C is not that fast. And even then, 2C doesn't come out instantly. The hitbox doesn't come out instantly. So it comes out slowly, right? Gradually. That means it doesn't cover you. That's basically it. So this doesn't make sense. And you eat 1.7 for it right at the start. Good job right blocking everything here. 1 second. So it starts with 4A, 2A, 2A. Well, then it should usually be obvious that chicken blocking is probably not the right answer. It's very unlikely that it's going to work out after 2A. Because 2A leads into 3A or 6A. But it's okay. It's hard to explain. Well, it's not hard to explain, but hard to okay, let's move on. Just forget it. Just don't get hit like this again. After 2A, you can try mashing, if anything, or high jumping out. No, honestly, just block it out. Just block out 2A. 2A into whatever comes next, and then that's usually a good spot to escape. Because after 1-2A, it pushes Patchouli away, right? And if she does it again, now she has to do something something that catches a jump, something that reaches, right? She can't 4A. 4A would never reach, and she probably can't do another 2A. Yeah, it would just whiff. Even if you don't jump, it's too far away. So this is just an obvious string, right? One mistake that I also do against Patchouli. You dash behind her, 4A, okay, that's fine because Patchouli jumped, right? But then you instantly go for 2A because most other characters, they would fly back to the ground, right, to try to attack you from behind, something like that. And 2A would low profile them, and then you get a full punish, maybe. Against certain characters at least. But characters like Patchouli, they're very floaty and they don't actually want to get back on the ground to hit you. They want to land cancel a bullet. Right? So against Patchouli, she will do this most of the time. So 2A is never gonna work out. So don't go for this. It's a habit, I know, but you have to unlearn it against Patchouli. Don't do it against Patchouli. Nice 3A. Okay, I don't know why you pressed 5C here. This is never tight, right? Much better would be to press 5B. Because if they board escape this, then you can at least cancel it into 2C or 6-3 if you read it, or just backdash. But if they don't board escape, then it's going to be tight, right? They can't dash, they can't graze out of it. It's tight, and you build meter at least from pressing 5B. But by pressing 5C, you give the opponent too many options all of a sudden. Too many escaping options that where you don't get anything out of it. And even if they block the 5C, it's... Well, it's very unlikely that they block it, right? It's too greedy what you do here. Very greedy. Not very likely to work out. This one, I can't really blame you for this. It's a fast sequence, right? Down, down. And then you instantly press yokai busters because you were probably like tunneling on your hand. Oh, I got busters. I gotta level that up. And there's no way to limit this after you activate yokai busters like this. So obviously what you had to do was press any bullet. And it would have limited. But it's fine, this happens. And it's good that you didn't try to combo this. Good combo awareness that after this, you can't combo this anymore. Too much time passes, there's not enough untech, so you go for the air tech catch. But unfortunately, you miss it. Yeah. The back jump and the backpack together make you whiff. Yeah. I don't know if you play with characters and foregrounds on, but this is very risky against Patchouli because against other characters, I attempt this as well, right? But Patchouli just has too many bullets that cover everything at home. So she can press 2B like she does here, or just 5C, right? 5C and then fly back down to the ground. Very nice combo. And I actually like this. What you try here. Forward jump and J6A. I think it would have worked against most. In most scenarios. Like if ZeroFuse had pressed 5C. Or anything else really. No, any other attack. It would have hit. But J2C gives Patchouli the backwards momentum still. So she keeps her backwards jump momentum, and that's why he got out of range. So it's very well played by ZeroFuse actually with the J2C like this. Otherwise, your coin read here, this is a very good play. I really like this. Pretty advanced. Oh yeah, you could have killed here, of course, but you would need to react very quickly, right? So here ZeroFuse starts getting hit here. Then a bunch of frames pass and he gets hit by this. Because obviously, if he gets hit by this, then the follow-up 5C will also hit. So here, around here, I think is reasonable to expect your reaction to be enough to throw out busters, right? You don't even have to delay it like I do, like here. As long as you get the busters out, it's a kill. But you can see you don't finish the combo, but you should be able to recognize this spacing right here. You're too far away to catch Patchouli with your melee attacks. Way too far away. Right? So what you actually have to do is start playing neutral again. You have to calm down, like, and and try to control this space. This area. Right here. You bought it. You bought it by hitting Patchouli, by sniping Patchouli with your 5C bullets. But you gotta relax here. Because your opponent, if you jump in here, like this, your opponent can also see that this is a bad spot for you. This is good for them. Because Reimu can't jump that far. She doesn't reach that far. But what else you could do though, instead of defending neutral, is if you... Okay, the first step is recognizing that this is bad. Okay? Only if you recognize that this is bad, and you will also assume that your opponent recognizes this at a certain level. Eventually, you reach a level where you also where your opponent probably thinks very similarly to you. They will recognize mistakes. Okay? So you can still go for this on purpose, but you don't attack, okay? You jump, but you don't attack. Why? You wait for their reaction. You jump like this, and then you delay a little bit, and then press J6A. That will catch them. That is unexpected. You go for something bad, right, on purpose, and then you basically bait them. This is just baiting them with bad movement. Boom, I jump in. What can Reimu do now? She's going to whiff if Patchouli jumps, and then she has a higher ground, can use a bullet, go back in, crush Reimu. Easy, very easy. That's why ZeroFuse jumps here. Very likely action from ZeroFuse here. And it's also what he does. That's also what you get hit by, right? Jump in, you go for this. J5A or J2A, it doesn't matter. Nothing's gonna work out. He can jump out either way. Let me try this. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. So the only thing that catches would be a J6A, if you know that your opponent knows, right? Okay, it's kind of advanced strat. So instead of but that's also very ballsy. It's kind of a read, right? You're reading in a way. It's some form of advanced read, I guess. So the safest option would be to just defend your space here. You can jump, that's fine, but go back down, defend your space right here. Defend this area. Choke Patchouli down. She's just one hit, okay? Here. This is what I wanted you to do just now. You defend this space very well. You defend it. Right? What can Patchouli do? No, nothing. You're defending it. Okay, but you do something like this, except on the right side earlier in that situation where you jumped in. Okay? This is also very a classic mistake. This happened to me before in the past a lot, and it probably will still happen to me sometimes. When you see this and you know the opponent is one hit away from death, don't go for anything fancy. So how would a lot of players react in this situation? Patchouli's whiffing this, right? So they might just jump in, try to punish, and then they get hit like an idiot. Okay? Or they just go for some ground attack. 6-6A, 6A. No. But the answer is obvious, right? You see this, and you have one skill that covers this super safely, and that is obviously 3A. And it doesn't, I know it doesn't feel good to punish like this. It doesn't feel right. But you still have to practice this actually. Like sometimes you just gotta take a guaranteed punish. It doesn't knock down, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but you get a guaranteed safe hit. And in this situation, this would have been fine. Another situation where something like this happens is when Iku uses Exodia at this around this height, right? Imagine this is Iku right now, and she presses 5 card. For example, after a combo, she drops the combo and uses this, or she forces Diamond Dust, and she's in the air around this, and the 5 card spawns around here slowly. So what do many people do? They try to graze, and it's possible that Iku body blocks them, so they can't graze through them. Or they try to jump up and fly around, which might be too late, right? By the time they wake up, that would cost too much spirit. So what Reimu does is 3A into teleport away. 3A. Remember, if you see someone in this position, 3A. Make it a habit. One thing that you might not know, even though it's very well known fact. Reimu, what the hell? What are you pressing, man? Reimu can 6-3 Pachuli's 4A on the very first frame, right? It's basically a DP. So yeah, you can 6-3 Pachuli if she is very aggressive and tries to pressure you with melee attacks a lot. Here 4A again. On Oki, for example, most Pachuli players, they run up and 4A. Here. Hey, where did you board escape? You try to board escape forward. Okay, that's a forward board escape. But you can just hold forward, Grace. This low profiles the J6A. It doesn't catch. Look, if I don't press anything, it reaches, it hits. Not pressing anything, it hits. You can chicken block as well, but that's a bit scary with this low spirit. Let's see if Pachuli maybe messed up by pressing J6A too late. Whoops. Oh, you could have board escaped the bullets earlier, actually. But that's fine. Forward dash is a good option, because after this, Pachuli doesn't have anything tight anymore. Nothing that can crush you. She could, however, use she could do this. Wait. What's the input? No, not that. What's the water fountain? Okay, I got it. She could go for this, right? That would definitely that would guarantee a crush. But as I was saying, here you should probably just hold forward dash, because chicken blocking, it works, but your spirit is too low. So you get crushed. You would just get crushed. Clean crush, easy combo, easy limit for Patchouli. Forward dash, your best bet. Forward dash is your best bet here. Don't board escape. Here, don't finish your combos with busters if possible. Okay, if possible, don't finish them with busters. The damage is not worth it. 2086, right? What if you just press 5C? That's about 100 less, right? 110 or something. Yeah. And yeah, obviously, by finishing the combo with a normal bullet, you will recover your orbs faster. And that's the main point. Here, it doesn't matter, actually, that you finish with yokai busters, because you instantly use this skill, right? You instantly level this up, so now you're locked at 0 orbs. Which is super scary. I would not jump in like this. Very hard for you to get anything out of it. Although, you could have played around the fact that you had 0 orbs for this type of play. Look at this. You jump, right? You jump, and then you hold forward that flight. Forward flight, right? Look at this. You would instantly fall back down. And catch the wake up. Like, this would be perfect Oki, but if they don't get hit on wake up by this, right? If they don't get hit, then you need to back off after that. You got a J5A maybe, J6A, and then no, not even J6, not even 6A, not even 6A. You can 2A maybe, and then run away, recover your orbs. It truly whiffs the fireball here. Right? Whiffs, and then you see this animation probably, right? But that's a trap. Patchouli perfectly land cancels this. There's no recovery at all. So you're still minus. Okay, it's not your turn. You couldn't have possibly hit him with 6-6A. Here. He's on the ground already moving. You're still in your crushed animation. So there's no aggression here. You have... I don't know if you have flag to cancel. Probably not. Oh, you could have comboed this. Could have limited this. Very tricky though. I probably would have personally gone for this route. Okay. Just... Does this combo? Nope. I would just knock them away. The limit here, after this, not very likely. And it's risky, right? You would be using your last flight to go up and potentially whiff. If you whiff, you have 0 orbs because of the flight, right? You have to hold flight a lot for a long time. And if you mess up there, then it's GG. So This one is still fine, right? But I do not agree with you flying forward like this now. Now when Patchouli attacks, she's got the advantage. Right? It's pretty scary. So in my opinion, the better play would have been you hit them, do this, and you fly back straight down to the ground. Defend your space here. Defend it. Defend this. You defend it. Sort out your resources, right? Get full orbs again, and then try to play neutral. Set up whatever barrier, fly around, throw bullets, and yeah, back to neutral. But here, this one puts you in a. This is a very aggressive position. Very scary. But you could have at least press 2C. And then back off. That's also an option, right? You went for an aggressive movement because maybe you expected something. Or just a misinput, right? Here you fly like this. But then you can 2C, make sure they don't chase, right? Make sure they don't drop on you. And then back off, defend your space again. Patient gameplay. But as you see, you put yourself in a difficult spot. Now Patchouli's right here, it's kind of scary again, and it's just harder to play. This is just harder to play. You can play this, right? You can play this, but it's hard. And because it's hard, you lose. Right? Here, you mess up. You dash forward. Block bullets. Yeah. And then this happens. All because you put yourself into a bad spot. It doesn't seem that bad, right? It seems kind of playable. But it's the worst spot. It's just hard to play. Why would you put yourself into hard to play positions when you're this low and the reward, well, potentially a comeback if you're able to pull this off, right? But why? No need to bet it all on this. Putting yourself in a tough position and hoping you can outplay your opponent somehow. Yeah, this is what could have happened. Oops. This could have happened. It's very hard to pull off. Gotta be very lucky. This is just a YOLO play, right? You go all in, just fuck it. So not very reasonable. Especially if you want to start winning consistently. Do better against other people consistently. Then you cannot go for that all the time. Or like at all, right? Just reduce the danger. Okay, this is funny. There was no reason for a ZeroFuse to fall for this. You whip for A, then you do it again. Wow. Because I mean, oh, ZeroFuse had no dashes left. No, wait, wrong character. Oh, he really didn't. Okay. I didn't even notice that. Your combo did 2.2. Let me see. Let me try another route. Okay, almost 2.5. A bit harder to pull off. .36, and you finish with J2's wait, with a J2C, which puts you in a good Oki position. Yeah, you can go for other routes. They do a bit more damage and you get better Oki. Oh yeah. If you usually Patchouli players will always go for 2A in this matchup. Because of the 6-3 threat, right? 6-3 is a true DP against Patchouli's 4A. So what I'm trying to say is, you should always low block on wake up. Always low block on wake up. Like this. Okay, that's good. Always low block on wake up until they start high blocking. Wait, I feel like I told someone the same thing before. Maybe it was another Rainbow player, or maybe it was you. If you low block a lot, they will start 4Aing. And if they start 4Aing, that means you can 6-3 again. So what that means is Patchouli's pressure becomes worse. Another very obvious 6-3 spot. After you block a 6J2A like this, I'll be honest, you can probably 80% of the time mesh 6-3B and it will work out. At least on first try, right? They will never expect this. Yeah. Unfortunately, that doesn't counter hit. Otherwise, that would hurt a lot. Over 3k damage, I believe. It's sunny, so this border escape is fine. Otherwise, if this wasn't sunny, I tell you to not border escape a full dial A like this. Yeah, it's not punishable. It's safe. But no need to border escape. ZeroFuse has no orbs here. But Patchouli recovers orbs faster than most characters. But even then, this is a possible play, right? Just a suggestion. I'm not saying that this is the right play or that it's a good play. It's just a possible play. So you throw that out. The orbs recovers too fast. Never mind. If it was any other character, they would still be in recovery lock or freeze. I don't know how to call it. There you go for this. Nice. Don't. Here, you don't need to do that. After this, you don't need to dash cancel anything. Just watch what your opponent does and then press J5A. Right? Oops. Ah! Wait, does it actually kill? Oh, that's not a combo. I'm a bit slow on it. Ah, that's not a combo now. I'm trying to look if you can loop it somehow, but it doesn't look like it. Too far away. Actually, it's too far away. That could have been a kill, obviously, right? Yeah, you didn't need to. You had so much time to press J5A before pressing J8A. So just a small combo mistake. It's fine. Just block this out. Here. And then go for 6 to 3. Oh, very hard though. Like that. Okay, just here. Let me show the inputs. Whoops. Whoops. You have time. Relax. Just block it out safely. And then start inputting the 6-3. Okay, you don't need to buffer it super early during the while you're blocking the J5A. Wait out, fully block the J5A, and then start inputting 6-3. You have a lot of time. Switching to bomb. Scared him off. I was thinking, okay, this is also not the correct play. This is just something that you can do. Do not switch to bomb, okay? You don't switch to bomb so that after you tag, they will not be scared and try to OK you with 4A so you can 6-3 them, right? 6-3 on wake up. So sometimes if you're trying to get them to attack you, don't switch to bomb or Hangeki or a reversal. Just stick to the non-defensive card and then 6-3 be on wake up. That's a bait that works against everyone once in a while. But here, because you switched to bomb, you hesitated. You held it, right, to scare him off. But then you didn't do anything with that. Most of the time, people switch a bomb. If it's a good player, they will be aware. And you will know that they will be aware. You obviously switch to bomb. And then you wake up, attack them. 2A. Wake up, 2A. But what you do here is half-assed. Half-assed. You don't bomb, but you also don't capitalize on them respecting your bomb. You don't do anything. You do everything half-heartedly. Right? So and that's why you just get hit here. Boom. Stick to one thing. Either just do it, or right, either just wake up, attack, or wake up, bomb, or wake up and hold defense all the way through. All the way through. That's the third option, right? All the way through. No, but I don't know what you were doing here. What did you do? I assume you tried to jump? Yeah, you tried to jump. Yeah, nah. Very bad. Either jumping or attacking way too late is probably the worst option you have. And in fact, if you had stayed on the red card. Here. Yeah, if you had stayed on the red card, there would have been more punish potential. If Patchouli had more HP, it would kill, right? Pretty... Red card is pretty good to hold on to. Even defensively. Because then your 2A becomes very lethal. Get tagged by 2A once and you can throw out the red card. Red orb, and it combos. Does 1.8k or something. Oh, nice 6 to 3. Just the cancel is bad. Okay. First of all, you lose your 5 card, right? You sacrifice your 5 card for this. Second of all, it's blue sky. Here, it has been blue sky since here, okay? It's not like the weather was sun. Blue sky. Now... Wait. Yeah, just capitalize on the fact that it's blue sky, right? Oh. Yeah, there are many routes. A lot of things you could have gone for. Not necessarily anything optimal, but 2K combo, some 2K combo, very possible in blue sky. So that was a nice 6 to 3. I like that. Here, obviously, only 15% limit. You started off with this, right? So obviously, you should know at least that you can follow this up with busters. You didn't need to. Yeah, like that. Wait, even better? Oh. Yeah. What happened here? Hey, look. Good job flying away, right? Instead of trying to punish with J5A. You fly away and then you press J5A. At least you're aware that those crystals could have hit you, right? But another play you could have gone for is... Oh? Yeah. Don't always need to punish with J5A. J6A and J8A would not extend your hurt box into those crystals. So no need to be that cautious of those things, right? And then you go for a hard read here. Just unlucky, right? By unlucky, I mean unlucky that, unfortunate for you that your opponent is just good. Flying like that. Look how he flies. That curve, right? You see that? Curve down. And because of that, you whiff. Right? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Again, just a reminder, if you hold bomb, you lose the 6 to 3 option on wake up, right? Because they will probably not J5 for AU for Oki if you have bomb. That would just push them away. So they will usually go for some bullet into melee attack pressure some air, some kind of air move to land cancel it and bait out the bomb. So what I recommend is don't switch to bomb right away. Just switch last second and activate it. Here, one type of movement that I want to show you. You fly up here. You jump over them, right? You can fly back down right away and then just go for a J2A, J8A. I do this a lot, and this just works. I know it. This works against most people. This is it's very strong for scrambles, right? Fly up, fly down, and and then throw out a super fast move. 9 frames. Not many characters have a move like this, where they can fly down, be this low on the ground, and get out a yeah, such a fast and big and meaty move, right? Yeah, and that's just a checkmate. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, after this, it's GG. Pretty strong setup. So when Patchouli has Giga Flare or Royal Flare, I think it's Royal Flare. Your best bet is probably to tech mid-screen, okay? Tech mid-screen, even though there are setups for Patchouli to still crush you with Royal Flare, it's harder. Just make it harder for your opponent. Skill check them, basically. Okay? Just tech mid-screen, and then the options are limited. Because here, you stay in the corner, so ZeroFuse sets up his bugged... This is a bug, by the way. He gets an instant charge 4B. That's a charge 4B. You see how many balls there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 balls at least. Or probably 6. 6 or 5 balls. That's a charge 4B. Right? That's only possible with some... I don't know if this is frame perfect, but he sets this up. Because you stay in the corner, so this costs you so many orbs already. And you block them. Oh, it doesn't cost you anything actually, but it keeps you in the corner. If you had done this a bit later, you would have lost a lot of spirit, right? But he tried to cover both options. That's why he did it early. Dash backwards. When he dashed backwards, you should have reacted to this backwards jump, backdash, because what Patchouli can do at this point... Wait. Here. You needed... This was your last saving grace. You tech... I think you don't neutral tech. You tech into the corner to extend your tech, right? That's what it looks like to me. Not too sure. But here... What can Patchouli do? 6-6B... Yeah, her 6-6C wouldn't reach anymore, right? So this is how she could still reach you if you had reacted. But I would just hold. You see that? Hold. So 2 things you could have done. First of all... Actually, no. This would have been the correct play because ZeroFuse anticipated your mid-screen tech, right? But because you tricked him, again, earlier, don't do things half-heartedly, okay? Half-assed or half whatever. You trick him by taking into the corner. You see him backdash. Now you just get out. It's super scary. Super scary setup. You gotta know that Patchouli can... Well, you see it yourself here. How fast it is. Boom, point blank, 5C. Very hard to react. I will not say that this is another point of escape for you. Okay. This one is a point of escape. This one is okay. Unrealistic. I can't expect anyone to know this, right? It's just gambling as well. You block this, very normal, and now 2A into this. Although he didn't even need to do this, right? This is just to make sure. And that could have backfired, actually. If you had mashed board escape at this point. Then... Oh. Mashing board escape against 6C. That would have been another spot where you could have outplayed. You could have survived. You could have done something. But here, this sequence, 5C, wrong block this, it's a 50-50. That's fine. But here, another spot, you could have survived. Deciding on the tech here. Personally, I would have tech mid-screen. Because the options mid-screen are much more limited for Patchouli usually. But that's just fighting games. You guess what? You have... It's a 50-50 where you tech, right? Where your opponent expects you to go. So that's fine. You just gotta react faster. Reaction. You're not old enough yet to blame your reactions. You're still young. You got the reactions. I believe in you. Here. Oh, mash BE. Mash BE. Oh. Mashing BE. Alright, that's it.